Seth Rogen always making some movie where he's not just it ain't even no like romance. He's in some movie where he's always some hot chick. I mean, look at the movies. Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at the sex titles we got here. Like he's always getting some fine chick and want to let you know that yes, indeed, I did this chick. Because like I said, Knocked Up.
Right.
Got it. Yeah. I've been up in that with Katherine Heigl.
Oh.
Zach and Miri make a porno.
Right.
Yeah. So you know, hey, you can't make no porno unless you a chick, right? I did, and she hot.
Secretary of State looking at us?
I kind of know her.
It's like kind of knowing a mermaid. Do you tell people that?
She probably doesn't remember who I am.
Secretary of Field would like to speak with you.
With me?
All these movies coming out. Avengers. I'm still worn out by that.
I know.
That done tired me out. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. I ain't got no segue. Just buy some shit. Go to dtmerch.com. That's all I got to say. Get a shirt. Classic black tee. White logo. Jerseys. Cups. You know, when you come over here to doubletoasted.com, when you subscribe, when you donate, you're actually helping to fight censorship, at least for us. So please subscribe to us. And donate and listen to our live streams, watch our live streams, and help keep that toasted goodness going for everybody out there. Going to be at the Adelaide Hall. That's going to be a show starting at 7. Doors open at 6. And from then on, we will commence with a night full of comedy, games, and music. Now you're getting out of hand.
Getting greedy.
Now you're getting greedy. Look, not only am I fucking this hot chick right here, but man, she might even be the president. Come on, man. Now wait a minute. Shit, what you gonna do? Wonder Woman next? Come on, man. But that's what we have here. We got this movie, Long Shot. Ain't that goddamn long? He hit it. I mean, cause I ain't spoiling nothing. You know,
No, that's the whole premise of the movie.
That's the whole premise of it. Yeah. We have Seth Rogen plays a journalist who, in a series of events that I'll tell you about, which are crazy, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. But Secretary of State, played by Charlize Theron, just happens to have a certain past with this slob right here of a journalist played by Seth Rogen. They because she knows him, you know, one thing leads to another, and she actually, you know, I'll give you the friend hookup, and I got these other really professional speechwriters, but you know, since I know you,
and you're kind of funny,
I need a comedy punch up in my speeches anyway. So you know what? Regardless of everybody telling me don't do this, well, I know you, man. I'm gonna give you the hookup in every way possible. You know, first I'll just go hook you up with a job, but you know, I'm gonna get that ass too. Like he can't even, clumsy as hell and everything, man. But you know, girl, hey, but you're making me laugh.
Right.
You know,
perpetuating the myth that if you just make a girl laugh, she'll open her legs for you.
Myth? Work for me. It's not meant to make you believe that this would happen in real life. This is a movie, a romantic comedy. We all know that that's a fantasy. So let's go ahead and see if the fantasy actually works. With Long Shot, we'll watch the review. Well, we'll watch the trailer, and then we'll be back with our review.
It's really nice to see you again.
Whoa! Crack her down! I'm okay! Did policemen just call me a cracker?
What is the relationship exactly?
Okay, let me just say this. Black people ain't like y'all. We just looking for every word to say, every opportunity to say the N-word. Ain't nobody gonna be able to pay and function. Ain't no black dude gonna be able to pay and function waiting for a white person to fall and out of everybody talk about crack it down.
Yeah, on the mic.
On the mic. Shit, we want to get paid.
Exactly. Not ruining that.
Yeah. Honestly, this has been the best few weeks of my entire life. We had a situation.
I'm in so much trouble.
What's happened? Are they out of water?
For those who haven't seen the movie, I'm gonna try to help you out. Because you see this and there's politics involved and everybody's so serious about politics today. You know, politics is the main thing that gets people heated, gets people very serious these days. Sure, I can understand why. Sure. Because it's also dealing with journalism. You know, a lot of people are going in and I guess they're looking for even a small element of realism with this. Don't do that. Don't walk in here with that. You saw scenes of the White House and Seth Rogen talking about he's writing for a publication, all that. Don't walk in there because this is not this. this is not even a comedy. As I said, this is a fantasy.
Yeah.
A straight up fantasy.
It's a dude's fantasy of what if Pretty Woman worked out for me?
Yeah, exactly. It's the opposite of that. You know, and I believe they want people to realize that, because right at the beginning of the movie, they got Seth Rogen's big ass jumping out of a window without even breaking anything, much less dying.
Not only did I escape, I held onto my phone!
Like, wouldn't they just run down the stairs and grab him?
No, because he was gone. Shit. The Avengers is more believable than this right here.
Well, he broke that car pretty good.
Car broken. Yeah, well, of course. You see his big ass? Of course. I didn't feel nothing for him. I felt bad for the car.
Man, that car wasn't doing nothing to nobody.
That
was a hit and run.
What he did was he was infiltrating a den of Nazis, and they discovered his ass. And when they discovered his ass, he said, "Fuck this." He got up and ran. He might have broke a leg, but he didn't show it.
They were sitting there with him, and they can't figure out that he's Jewish until they look it up. I was like, really? Seth Rogen and Adam Driver, you can't look at two of them and get a clue?
Okay, honestly, no, I couldn't. Now, I'll tell you, when he's wearing that Jewish grandmother jacket, yeah, that's straight up Jewish. Like, that's an old woman in Florida wearing that shit.
And his fro, that doesn't
you know, I got to be fair, man. Now, look, maybe I'm being racist right here. I don't know, but you know, because I look at Seth Rogen, and he looked just like any other hipster pothead to me out there. You know, some of them got curly hair, but Adam Driver got that nose. You know, I'll go ahead and give Seth Rogen a little bit of a pass. But when I watched Black Klansman, I was like, God damn, man, it's like he's wearing a fake nose.
Right.
I'm like Humpty Hump in here. The way he knows the Secretary of State, played by Charlize Theron, is because she was his babysitter. And even that shit ain't believable. Like, what kind of bitch ass kid are you at 13 where you still need a babysitter? 13 years old.
Only a year older than you.
She's 3 years.
3 years.
He's
okay.
13 and she's 16. I'm like, bitch, you can take care of yourself.
That's true. Because the minute one of my kids turns 12, I'm like, you the babysitter now.
Yeah. I mean, well, you saw us falling out down the steps. Maybe he was just that accident prone. Yeah.
Big baby Huey.
Yeah. Please look at him and make sure he just don't kill himself.
Just wrap everything in Nerf if you can.
This motherfucker, he bounces off the walls and shit. Just stay home and just make sure he just stays alive. He don't need no more care than that. I mean, he might have to wipe his ass later.
We'll pay you extra for
Yeah,
that.
13, need a babysitter. I'm like, even that don't make no sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, these motherfuckers ain't got shit in common to make this believable. Nothing. She's a powerful presidential contender. He's a neckbeard, broke-ass, unemployed, Jewish grandma jacket wearing motherfucker. And I gotta tell you something about that jacket there.
Oh,
They tried to.
They gave us all those
They didn't
jackets.
give me no jacket.
Oh, you didn't take one?
Well, I did take it only because they were trying to get rid of them.
Well, they never give us stuff, especially press, and they never have like actual jackets. So I was like, oh, I get a jacket, cool. I just had it folded.
Yeah.
And then I saw the movie. I was like, oh,
No.
I'm never gonna wear this.
Shit, you saw the movie. I saw the jacket. I looked at that because they were like, they said, "Do you want a jacket?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, you want a jacket?" I was like, "Shit, okay." I was like, so you just trying to unload this shit? All right. I was like, "What am I gonna do with this jacket? Look like him,
Right.
the biggest loser in the movie? I'm gonna look at him. I mean, they make fun of him for wearing that jacket. Where am I gonna wear this for when you talking about cosplay? When I dress up as him for Halloween, which I ain't doing. When I have my long shot cosplay party, I went to the theater and I saw somebody new, and I gave that jacket to an old Jewish woman. And she wasn't Jewish before, but she was after she got that jacket. But I did, man. You know what I'm talking about. There's an old woman that's always messing with me.
I know.
She like, Kari. I was like, take this shit.
Yeah.
You got to go in with that frame of mind, knowing that this is a straight up fantasy, and you got to deal with it. A fantasy to the point where it's a fairy tale. You know, this is as we were saying before, this is a contemporary role reverse Cinderella, and Seth Rogen is the princess. It's really no different from the old romantic fantasies of a woman from nothing being taken in by some rich, handsome. At the time, it was a prince. Then it moved up.
Then it
to,
was rich again.
Then it was rich. Then it was a millionaire. Today, now a million ain't enough.
Right.
Shit, broke ass chicks will tell you, I'm waiting on my billionaire. Get the fuck out of here. Hopefully, one that's freaky. Because we see it still today.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right.
50 Shades of Grey.
Right, he's the billionaire.
Yeah, he's the billionaire, and they've tried to make it hard for her. Oh, she's just the plain chick from nothing. We said several times, even said in the movie, it's also Pretty Woman, where they literally took a hoe and turned her into a housewife. Is something that they even mention in the film.
Nervous. This Pretty Woman. Dude, you're Julia Roberts and Richard Gere is about to come pick you up.
So it's self-aware. It's completely self-aware of what it's doing. If you watch it on that level, I think it's not gonna seem as ridiculous in some areas because I think that they know how ridiculous that is. Now, I'm not saying that'll work for everybody because I don't know if that worked for you or not.
You want my answer?
Well, I have a feeling this is hell no. Not no, but hell no.
It's not hell no, but it is no.
Okay.
The problem with it for me is that sometimes it forgets that. It often forgets that it's a fantasy. It pulls back and does things on another level as if no, we're actually kind of a more pulled back, comedy, but a romantic comedy that actually has genuine political leanings and about real characters. This isn't a cartoon. It's not a farce. This is about two real people falling in love. Oh, sorry, no, it's a cartoon again. It's a cartoon. Cartoon. Wait, no. Sorry, it's not a cartoon. It's not a cartoon. No, y'all, be serious now. This is about these characters right here, and they're having a moment. Oh, wait, pratfall. Sorry, slapstick. There you go.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of shit that would never happen ever. It felt, you know what? It felt like a lot of it. Like I felt like I was watching 2 or maybe 3 different movies that were stitched together. And the idea is that they would blend at some point, but they really kind of don't.
Yeah.
They come in chunks.
I guess I didn't see that for a few reasons. One, it's always comedic.
It is always comedic.
It never lifts up a tone where it's serious. I've seen some movies where I've got that feeling it was 2 different things. They took it too seriously. They never take anything serious.
I guess I don't so much mean they take it seriously, but but some things are done realistically. And then it jumps back to it, like you have a comedy. Like there's certain comedies that stay within realism, but they're still funny. And then there's some that go, fuck being real. It's all about the gag, or you know what? We're gonna do something impossible just because it's gonna be funny. And it's like, okay, you put me in this world, but now you jump me in this world. But now you're trying to jump back over to this other world.
See, I guess I never saw that. Again, not arguing with. I never.
Yeah, I saw that throughout. The shifting in tone kept throwing me off.
For me, it never shifted in tone. That's what I'm saying. Some people want to take something different. Maybe you'll see it that way. Maybe you won't. For me, it was always reminding me that it was a comedy. At no point is there a death that gets the movie down. Even when they attack, you see right here.
That was ridiculous.
Those scenes are right there. Well, that's the movie.
Yeah.
Even when it opens up, Bob Odenkirk as the president, he's not a serious president. There's never a serious moment with him. He's the president that wants to be an actor.
Yeah. Right.
And all these characters are exaggerated. There's even a hostage situation where that turns into something that's, it's silly. I think done on purpose. I mean, but again, like I said, I don't, that right there will probably not work for everybody.
Okay, because I really want to convey to you what I'm talking about, and I don't want to fail at doing that. Okay, so yeah, you have.
But you don't have to convey. Maybe it's just like you see something different.
Well, okay, you have the president, who's a complete joke, and several things: the hostage negotiation, and the fall down the stairs, and all this that are pretty farcical, comical. But then it also pulls in where it's like, oh, their relationship is in trouble, and they're really trying to get you to feel for them, the two of them being in trouble. But it's like, well, there's really been no stakes or no real tension because it's all for laughs. So why am you trying to get me to feel something for this now?
Those moments where they were sitting down talking, again, they were being flirty and making jokes and actually making each other laugh. And even then that made it work for me because one, Seth Rogen, he's very self-aware of what he's doing. Seth Rogen is very self-deprecating with his humor. We talk about how he's getting all these women in here, because as we said, this is not the first time that Charlize Theron definitely is not the first beautiful woman that he's been with and had sex with on camera. We said this before the review. Just to remind you again, Katherine Heigl from Knocked Up, Elizabeth Banks, Zach and Miri Make a Porno, even with
Rose Byrne and Neighbors.
Rose Byrne and Neighbors. I mean, and even those movies, either the actress brings something comedic to it herself, or the big brunt of it is Seth Rogen is knowing that you're looking at this and you're not saying, oh wow, man, they're a cute couple. No, you're saying, why the fuck is she with him? He knows that that's the joke. This ain't no fantasy. That's a punchline. Hey, listen, maybe we on the opposite end, but I've gotten by. Look, Martin can compliment me all he wants to. I ain't got no real self-esteem. Y'all know that. I don't have my head checked. But I have only gotten by. Man, I can't be smooth with no chick.
I'm gonna throw up if you keep this line.
I'm not even lying to you, man. Now you know this, Martin. I've only been really able to get by making a girl laugh. How the hell you think I even got my way?
Bro, I have seen women come at you when you weren't making them laugh at all. I've seen you be mean to chicks, like neg them to the point where they cried and they still came back to you. So don't you even come out here and go like, no, it's been only my sense of humor.
You know what it is? I made him cry because my jokes were too on target. I was roasting him, Martin.
Don't let him get in your head and make you believe that bullshit.
I'm good. I believe in this scene right here.
Okay.
I do. I really believe that Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen has one thing going for him, really, man, that makes him so likable with people. I think that he finds people that he gets along with, and they immediately kind of hit it off on screen.
Sure.
As we always say, they have good chemistry. And I really do believe that with these scenes with them together, those quiet moments that you're talking about, well, you thought they were real. See, I thought they were still making jokes and whatnot, but I don't know. This is not a slapstick comedy. There's some in there because it is a silly, broad kind of comedy. But for me, it kind of had the balance of, all right, but we know when to pull back and have that middle ground right there. Such as in this scene where we have that quiet moment where you start to see kind of the walls being broken down and these two starting to actually be on the fringe of flirting.
But how does that work with you? Do you date? You gonna ask why I'm still single?
No, I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah, that right there. See,
It's nice.
it's nice. It made a laugh. That's what you do, guys. It's not just about making a joke. You got to be quick.
This scene gets by because she has mentioned already how she hadn't had sex in a long time.
Yeah, believable.
Because his ass in the middle of flirting made a Batman joke. I was like, oh my God, are you really trying to blow this?
Batman's mainstream now. Everybody knows Batman. Don't act like people don't know Batman.
Oh, they know Batman.
Yeah, everybody, Batman's out there, man. Superheroes are mainstream
I want
now.
her to say, can we go 5 minutes without you bringing up superheroes?
No, Martin, not today.
Okay, for a movie that's going up against the Avengers, did you notice how often they brought the Avengers up in conversation in this movie?
Did they?
Yeah, several times. They made a whole point of it. Matter of fact, is there a scene where she's watching one of the movies?
No, yeah, I did. Yeah, they did bring that up, and they tried. Yeah, should they dig riding? Yeah, I don't blame them. Man, you are following the Avengers, man. Come on.
Hey, we got Avengers in here. Come see our movie. We got Avengers.
Shit, that's the equal of putting a hashtag Avengers in your movie. They tag it, man. Yeah, that's smart. And even they even watching the Avengers. Even in this movie, they watching the Avengers Endgame. It is literally Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. We got this big hairy creature with this good looking woman right here. But together they're just laughing and chilling. I kind of, like I said, I enjoyed those moments because they really do work well together. And I think
they do.
Even when you watch some of the biggest comedies out there, if it's romantic comedy, you still have to have these characters have a moment together for you to buy the romance, and it did for me.
It's funny. It's a weird thing because I think they have great chemistry, really good chemistry, as friends, as buddies. The romantic chemistry, I never really bought. It always seemed like, man, we have run this friend thing out so long, and now we only got a few seconds left for it to turn into a romance. But the script says we got to have a romance, so let's just do it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. The things that are bothering you just don't bother me in the movie.
I get it. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
Honestly, and the thing is, I'm sounding like I don't like the movie. I laughed all through it. I thought it was funny. I think it's charming, but I was constantly bothered by the switches in tone, the fact that the romance never really gelled for me, and whoever is writing this seems to know nothing about journalism or politics.
Again, that's something I don't think that they were trying to even make realistic. Something that and that's why I said at the beginning, if you're going in looking for anything that represents the real world with politics or journalism, then this will bother you. Going in looking at it as a fantasy romantic comedy, I think I can let those things.
Yeah,
go.
I'm always letting a fantasy slide and going with it. But there's some things. It's like when talking to you with the movie, and if I were to say, if you bring up a plot hole, I go, oh man, it's a comic book movie. Come on, that's just gonna be there. You're like, yo, comic book movie or not, some of these things you gotta tend to. You can't be sloppy. And I feel that same kind of feeling here. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's a comedy, it's a fantasy, but when you talk about these things, it works better if you have some grounding. So at least I feel like I'm actually immersed in whatever this fantasy is, but there's some grounding, so I kind of have some feeling of the rules and where this is supposed to work.
Yeah, we're on the opposite end of that. And it's funny because everything you say, I'm going to say the opposite of at this point because you say there needs to be some rules. I think within the context of this exaggerated world, those rules don't seem too far-fetched to me. And there are some. It's not like I don't have any complaints. There are some things. And probably some things close to what you're saying, but most of the stuff that you're talking about, just probably not to the same level. Got to me. I mean, and like I said, I just think it has a good cast.
It does. It has a great cast.
Yeah.
Besides the our main two characters, a lot of great side characters.
That's what I see. And some of these characters come in and they kind of keep it going. I don't think they ever want you to concentrate on the details. They want you to concentrate on the characters who are making you laugh and in the comedy that's in there in this this world that they've created. O'Shea Jackson comes in. Look, I know people have been kind of back and forth on him.
Have they?
I think so. Yeah,
I thought everybody liked him.
No, people like him, but as far as where he's going as an actor, I think now people are beginning to see like, okay, this guy's good. Of course, we're talking about Ice Cube's son. Yeah, he comes in. He actually ups the entertainment level. Now, granted, he's the black best friend. We see in everything,
who's flamboyant and not gay flamboyant, but just flamboyant and loud and yells out random stuff that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, but he is funny. I mean, I ain't gonna let him slide from just being the black best friend in the movie. But the character is actually very funny.
Xander, I need 2 cans of the Pamplemousse LaCroix. I need that filled with Johnny Walker Blue and CBD oil. Do you want one?
Again, fantasy world where you can just stop business in the middle of the day. Everybody just, what?
I'm like,
whatever thing you had going on, just drop it.
Yeah, you run a business. How would you feel about just?
I'll be shit. You better get your ass back in here. I guess I'm just used to also seeing Seth Rogen movies because I know that a lot of these movies that, they have these like with the Neighbors. They talk about moments they had quiet moments and moments where it was kind of crazy. That's one of the things I really loved about Neighbors is that, there were moments where this thing was way exaggerated. And then there would be moments where the camera would just roll and it would just be Seth Rogen and Zac Efron just being people. And I was like, okay, you know what? I mean, I know exactly what I'm getting into with this. To me, they set the tone very early and it worked for me throughout. Now, that being said, Seth Rogen if it's a Seth Rogen movie, I ain't seen a Seth Rogen movie yet where Seth Rogen didn't have sex, didn't smoke weed, and on top of smoking weed, just didn't have a lot of drugs. In the film, now this is where it probably gets a little crazy to me. Because now this is what I'm talking about. Now fortunately the movie didn't hinge on it too long, but there was a moment in here where you saw it in the trailer. Charlize Theron, she wants to go out and get messed up, and they go to Paris looking for Molly, and the secretary looking just like that is looking the dealer right in the face. And I'm like, there's no way a presidential contender is going to be with no disguise, going to be roaming around Paris looking for drugs and looking right at the dealer in his face without this going public somewhere. Now that is one of the things that got to me. That's it. I know this is a fantasy, but goddamn.
See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. But the whole thing of some dirt going public is what the last part of the movie hinges on. So that is a thing in this world.
Yeah, I mean, and that bothered me. Another, and like I said, I guess the Rogisms.
The Rogisms.
Yeah, because like I said, man.
You mean Roganisms.
Roganisms, all Roganisms, Rogisms, all.
Bill Cosby all of a sudden.
Rogisms. So that's what you put on your turkey and gravy. But like I said, every movie he has those elements that's in there, and sometimes the raunchiness seems kind of forced. There's a scene in here where he has to go into a building and empty his pockets, and he has all kind of drugs. And I'm beginning to think like these are not jokes. Seth Rogen's really a drug addict because it wasn't just weed. He had all kind. I'm beginning to think he's a crackhead.
Yeah, meth,
cocaine. I was like, man, okay, that's not the movie. That's actually what was in your pockets at the time. We see this a lot, and sometimes they're fine, sometimes they're funny, and sometimes they do seem forced because, that's just Seth Rogen's train of thought. The side characters are pretty funny. One that I really enjoyed here was June Diane Raphael.
Oh, yeah, she was great.
She was great because it was a point where she just mean. She just straight up telling him, "You too ugly for this job." She's like, I just don't like you here.
Well, it's one thing. Like, you could go like, man, she's a bitch because calling him ugly. But you look at him, it's like, dude, you ugly, you sloppy. If you just look around, I mean, we're all trying to do something. You're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
It's just not a good fit. You do see that, right?
Yeah, I ain't even calling him ugly, but he just didn't have no pride in himself at all. Didn't dress right.
No.
Didn't care about the job. Always had an agenda. You got hired to do a job.
Right.
Because she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I was really looking at her, and I was like, damn, I was looking at her more than Charlize Theron.
It's those eyes.
Yeah, it's just something about her. You know who she's married to?
Who?
Paul Scheer.
Okay.
Paul Scheer. Yeah, look at he like, huh? Paul Scheer ain't exact, man. Come on, man. Don't be like, okay, that dude ain't exactly a handsome dude.
Huh. Paul Scheer. What would you say about Paul Scheer? Somebody actually said, who's Paul Scheer? What would you say?
If I was, okay, I know what you're gonna say. You lead me to say he's an actor.
Yeah, he's famous.
He's famous. Yeah,
he's famous.
I know you going with this.
You got that right. Find me some dude who's ugly, not famous, not rich, but funny.
Martin, I got one better for you.
Okay,
but see, I could see if he was famous and he just pulled some chick out of the bar that looked like her, and made her laugh. But she's famous too, which means that she can get some other dude that's better looking than him.
It don't work like that.
It does work like that.
It does not work like that.
It works like that.
It doesn't work like it doesn't work like that.
Martin, they on the same level, and she could have got a dude. Now I ain't saying nothing about Paul. Look up Paul Scheer. And Paul Scheer, he got balding, got a big gap in his teeth, and I bet she got more money than him. Now she could find somebody who's just on her level out there that's better looking than him, probably. But who does she choose?
Well, if they're married, they might have kids now.
Well, they do have kids now.
Okay.
But Marty, it's not like he was George Clooney before they had kids. Come on, man. You see my point.
Having kids, it'll
man, you just don't want to accept my point. Now you know good and goddamn well what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. They on the same level, man. She could have found somebody else besides him.
Find somebody who's not famous.
Good cinematographer too. I think they had here. Nothing that's big and showy and special. But I did think they did a good job at, when a lot of the reasons that the relationship works for me here is because they just know how to set the mood by lighting. They do, very subtly. It's not Nothing everybody's gonna be talking about the cinematography, but they knew at times when to for a movie this of this comedic level, they knew how to set the mood for certain things, especially when these two characters are being intimate. You know, that helps with the believability of it too, I think. I'll let you go ahead and close out, Martin, and wrap it up and give you a rating, and I'll follow you up.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? This is one of those movies where I suppose I was expecting it to be better than it ended up being. It's a crowd pleasing movie. It is funny all the way through. There's a better movie here that just required some actual care or research. But I like all the actors. Charlize Theron and Seth Rogan. They have great, friend chemistry. They bounce off each other really well. Never really bought the romance, but friend-wise, the banter works. The supporting characters work. But ultimately, because it was genuinely funny all the way through, I'm going to end up giving it just a regular matinee. It's basically Cinderella, Pretty Woman, whatever.
Man, nigga, why you fighting me on this? That's what I'm saying. God damn it, because I'm a matinee with this too.
Oh, I knew you were going to be a matinee.
God damn you, man! You sit up here just challenging me on every move, and I keep saying, Martin, I'm good. I'm good with you with your thing. No, you ain't hearing me, man. I'm not making it. You actually, I'm not making it clear. I was like, man, I'm good.
It's the internet.
You really are.
You just experienced Facebook Live.
Jesus. I just got through doing this with these people on Facebook, and now I'm doing it face to face.
Face to Facebook.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Was it worth your time? I mean, it must have been. You're still here. So just give me some more of your time, just a little bit, and hit that subscribe button. And if you really love what we do, then check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find the long, unedited version of this video, along with the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com, and remember to always stay toasty.